Hello and welcome to Unacademy. I welcome you all to this session. So finally, the day which everybody was waiting for since 24th of May is here, that the prelims results is out. Now, obviously UPSC has taken 15 days. This was always their window, taking into consideration 31st as the last challenge window. Now, after 15 days, exactly on 15th June 2026, they have now released the, you can say, list. Close to 13,000 students have now qualified to write the mains examination. This is the one which has the names in it, and there are 2 to 3 things which you should know about this result and about the CSE result and the forest result, which both have been in a way, you can say, released. First the forest result came through, then the CSE result came through. Now first things first, you have to understand, which is that the questions which were challenged, have they been accepted or not? We don't know, because UPSC has, as of right now, followed the same protocol which it used to follow previously, just that they gave us a challenge window. So has the Nadi Shukta question, has the BAFTA question, we know that one question was dropped. Other than that, when it comes to any other issue with regards to our challenges, we don't know if the challenges are accepted or not. First thing. Second thing is that we also don't know how did the UPSC calculate, meaning did it calculate on 99 questions, did it calculate on 100 questions but gave 2.20 marks or more marks than 2 marks because of the dropped question itself. All of those questions can only be answered once we know the final result. First thing. Second thing is that forest and civil services, this time the examination was difficult. There is no doubt about that. A lot of your questions which are coming here, which I have in front of me right now, is that what is the most probably the cutoff, right? This is the standard question which I am getting from all of you. Now, as it turns out, the cutoff is upwards of at least 75 plus for sure. It could be, as we had predicted, close to 80 to 85. But most of the students who were saying that we are in the 70 to 80 bracket, they don't have their names in this list, and they have also not responded, or rather when we asked that did you get through, they said no. So it seems like what we had predicted with regards to the 80 to 85 thing, CSAT, everything taken into consideration, there were at least 13,000 students who are in this bracket of 80 to 85, and this 70 to 80 was a trap which all of you more or less was in a way caught up into also. So this is the forest result, but the idea is that it is most probably 82 plus for sure, because as I can see, we are getting a lot of messages and we can even check the names of our students. It seems like 82 plus, as Sarmad sir has predicted, as we had predicted on the day of the analysis, it is it's in this range only. So one thing which was a very big question, that would UPSC go as low as 70 to 80, that has not happened. Most probably it is. This is the first thing which we will establish. What is the cutoff? The cutoff, as it seems, is 80 plus for sure. We argue it is 82 plus for sure. First thing. Second thing is, as I said, this is the forest result, but the both results are out. Prelims, CSE is also out, forest is also out. This is the name result of forest. I have the other result with me. Now the question is what to do. Firstly, congratulations to the students who have cleared. The students who have cleared now have to go into war footing, which is UPSC somehow has wasted at least 5 to 6. 1 week was wasted in this process of challenging. Now you have to go into war footing. Your optional should be sorted. Answer writing speed has to increase. If you're part of our Conquer Mains program, we had already started to step up. Now is the time to go fully overboard and make sure optional, the GS paper 4 is sorted, and main specific areas are fully sorted in that regard. and then you can go to GS paper-wise analysis, essay paper, everything should now be in place. So congratulations, but now the real, you can say, story begins, or the real struggle begins. Now, UPSC, as much as it is a story of success, it is also a story of failure. Meaning, after close to 5 lakh students giving this examination, only 13,000 have been given this opportunity to write the exam. Now, what about the 99% of the students who have not cleared? First word which I want to say to you is, don't give up. This examination was no doubt an anomaly. Now, was 26 just one horror story, just 1 year in which UPSC just overcorrected for 2025, and 27 is going to be again 25, 24 level, or they are going to go with this pattern? We can't establish that right now. This paper was difficult. It was difficult for all of these 13,000 students also, but they were able to at least show 3 things in the examination. First, they did not panic. There's a certain quality which we saw in most of the students who are clearing and have messaged us also. All of these students said that we did not panic in the examination. We understood that the exam is difficult, and we basically gave the examination knowing that there is going to be a lot of challenges ahead. Second, they were also able to exhibit conceptual clarity. Along with that, the idea that they had internalized a lot of issues. They did not have superficial understanding of facts or just concept itself. They understood the syllabus, be it any subject. Third, which they again exhibited, was that they were street smart. They did not take the negatives. I can actually tell you this standard quality for all of the students who are clearing this examination. Out of the 20 questions of history, all of them are doing that 8 to 9 questions which should have been done. They took their 20 marks out of history and were able to solve other aspects. Same they did with polity, same they did with other subjects also. Basically, 82.5, or basically 80 means that you have 40 to 45 questions correct. And over that, don't take a negative. So for a student who has cleared this examination, your focus is different. But a student who has not cleared this examination, now there are 5 to 6 questions which are in front of you. Let's answer them one by one. Then I'll take your questions also. But there are multiple questions which now are in front of us. Let me first see. Should we prepare for mains now? Prelims, sir. Prelims is not clear. I'll tell you how to go about it. See, there is nothing called prelims and mains preparation separately. There's nothing called that you prepare for prelims first and then you prepare for mains. It doesn't work like that. There are 5 questions which are now in front of you. It will answer everything which you are basically asking as a question in the chat box also. The first question is that when you started your preparation, you knew that you got it, that you will be able to clear this examination. 26, if you are a first time attempter, meaning fully fresh, first time you gave the examination, this paper may have been a little bit of a surprise. But UPSC is known to do this. So therefore, if you had a conviction when you were starting this preparation that I can actually clear this examination, 2026 should not discourage you first. The second thing is that should I give up on my preparation now that I know the level of the paper, or should I continue with my preparation? The second question is more fundamental, and I would say that 2026 is rather a testament to the fact that if you are studying from the right resources, if you understand the syllabus, if you understand the previous year questions, if you have conceptual clarity, if you have factual knowledge which is based on conceptual clarity, and if you are not just doing rote learning, you will clear this examination. So therefore, rather than be feeling discouraged, yes, you were thrown a bouncer, you were not ready for it. But now you at least have hindsight, and in hindsight, everybody is smarter and we will prepare differently. Third is now what to do. The First thing which I will say to you is, if you are a person who is cleared, obviously go into now preparing for mains. But if you've not cleared, you have to assess, where did you go wrong? Was it the wrong sources? Were you a book collector and rather not understanding the topics itself? Or you were studying from the wrong, you can say, sources when it comes to classes, meaning was that person only emphasizing on facts? Was that person so annoyed that, for example, a Tai Ahom question came which was to be there? It was not a surprise. It was there in the news for the past 3 years. UPSC has asked questions of current affairs of at least 5 years. So, were you referring to the wrong source when it comes to books? Were you referring to the wrong person who was guiding you in the wrong way itself? Then, if these two are sorted, then you have to understand what was your, you can say, strategy and where you went wrong in that strategy itself. Is it that you took the wrong route? Were you just doing what one of you has asked in the chat box, which is, were you preparing for prelims and mains separately? Which is that I will first learn the facts, which is prelims oriented. Then I will learn the mains oriented understanding, conceptual clarity, and I will do answer writing. For a fact, I can say it for myself and for our team, we don't do this. When we teach in class, we are doing it in Elevate batch also. We teach you from 0 to 100, from prelims to mains, and it is an integrated understanding. If you had bifurcated your preparation like this, then it may be that you created an understanding where you were not able to understand that prelims had mains level questions. Obviously, you can't chase the Atroli Gharana, you can't chase the Nadi Shukta question, you can't chase the Mankhali plates, but you can solve questions related to the Sangam age, you can solve questions related to Montague Chelmsford. You can, yes, you got a descriptive question like an ethics in polity, but it was still solvable. It only needed understanding and logic. This brings us to the fourth question, which is that now that you have understood that I have the right sources, I have the right personalities who are teaching me, I have also a right strategy. Now, do you have the conviction to show discipline for 1.5 years? This is a very important point, because now we reset and it is all zero. We are at zero. This is what UPSC does. UPSC is a 1.5 year cycle or a 1 year cycle, and once this result comes, it is either one more year ahead or you are back to square one. You are in that snakes and ladder at zero. You are basically bit by the snake at 99 and you are now back to zero. Now, do you have the conviction to play this game again? And if you have it, then there is nothing which should stop you from giving this examination for your last attempt, second attempt, third attempt, first attempt, whatever it is. You may be a beginner here watching this video. You may be a repeater here, first attempter, second attempter, third attempter. One thing is very clear, UPSC is playing a game with us. We just have to adhere to what they're trying to do now. 24, 25, 26 has established one thing for sure, that rote learning will not work, conceptual clarity is needed. Yes, the examination was difficult. Did UPSC do wrong? Yes. I say that also. It was wrong on the part of the UPSC. But doesn't matter now. This cycle for you is over, but for others, it is a separate issue altogether. We don't know what they will do in mains. Either you should feel that you are out of this anomaly here, you have an opportunity now. So I will say one thing to you very clearly, that there is nothing which should stop you. You just have to identify where you went wrong. Was it that you left current affairs for too late? Was it that you were not able to solve mocks? But I think you can also understand one thing, mocks mostly chase paper. I have at least 100 students under me, under pro, who gave at least 15 to 16 mocks, some of them 30 mocks, and they were not able to clear. Why? Because obviously mocks are chasing, UPSC is mostly ahead of the curve. We just have to make sure that this time our preparation is better, and with the better resources, better understanding, and with people who actually want to teach you and are not just doing random business. Now, based on this, I would be happy to take certain questions from you if there is. 88, you are cleared. So MK Tech, you are now basically establishing this fact that it is 82 plus. Perfect. Congratulations to you. All of these PDFs have been uploaded into the Telegram channel which we have, so you can find it there. Mark sheet, mind cipher and all of that will come after the final result is actually published. Forest Service also is available. Both are available. Both are available on our Telegram channel. You can check. 76 GS not cleared. As that is a standard thing. 82 plus 79 not cleared. Proved 2023 hardest. See, up 2023 was hardest for the 2022 examination students. This paper is considered difficult vis-a-vis 25. See, UPSC has not done something new. If 82 plus is for general, adjusted with 5-6 marks, and it will be for EWS, 10 marks OBC, close to 15 marks, it will become SC/ST. So that you can sort out. Simple, straightforward. We will never know what happened to the questions which we challenged. That is a separate issue altogether. Do you think UPSC will proceed with this type of lengthy questions? See, nice board, this is a good question. This is a good question, but the idea is that we have to see. Yes, we have to now be prepared for these type of questions, but it could be that UPSC just takes a U-turn because UPSC has done this. Previously, what they did was 2023 was very difficult. 24 they changed the pattern again. It can be that 27 is the easiest exam which you see. But yes, we have to be prepared in such a way that our reading speed is good. We have a reading comprehension knack. Our CSAT is sorted. A lot of students have actually filled in CSAT also. Sir, please tell how we can use common sense questions like Harappa questions we had which mentioned houses. See, for that, see, there are 3 things which you have to understand. If you are learning history just through facts, that's the wrong strategy. Logic and common sense can only prevail in history questions if you actually understand the underlying logic. For example, very good question you've talked about, which is the common housing thing and central courtyard understanding. Now, when we discuss that in class, we say that central courtyard angans have been there throughout our history. It is something which is based on IVC model. That is not indicative. It was never indicative of common property today. It is not indicative of common property in Harappa also. So when we discuss these type of, for example, Montague-Chelmsford question, we discuss how communal politics, the idea that we want separate electorates is inbred into the Indian population through the concept of Curzon's politics. Thereafter 1909 Act, you need to create an understanding which is based on understanding. Today morning we were discussing how Diwani rights changed the Indian subcontinent, but people talk about Diwani rights, revenue came. You have to understand the logic. What does it change? Why does it change? All of these ebbs and flows have to be understood. So yes, you have to obviously develop an understanding based on not just learning the topic, but internalizing it. Don't have to worry. If you want to do that, you can come to me, you can come to us. We are doing this. Not, see, 2026 may be a shocker, but when we look at the question paper out of the exam context, it is not that difficult to answer the questions. The problem was that in exam situation, it was very difficult. There are enough questions which can be answered. It is just, and I'm not saying that I'm the only one who can do that. That's not the point. The point is, if a person has the orientation, if they're going from, and see, if they're only teaching NCERT level, you will not clear. If they're only teaching you the concept of GS, you will not clear. GS, certain places, UPSC is going to academic level, then they're going to optional level. It's about modulating. It's about what UPSC needs. For that, we are there. Don't have to worry about that in sense. Right? Okay. Do you agree that a person who has read basic books properly attempted lesser question like 70-75? No, Nitish, that is not a guarantee. That is not a guarantee in any way or form. Why? Because if I have a certain set of students who only did 60-65 questions and they are not clearing today because when the negative started to come through, they came to 30-35 questions, 40 questions. And when adjusted for negative, they went under 70. All these students who are in 70 to 80 range, the problem is that they have attempted a certain set of questions in 60, 70 questions, and they are now going under 40 questions. That is the problem. So it's not like, yes, who have read the basic books properly, have understood the books. Just reading Lakshmikant will not help you. You have to understand polity. Just reading some R.S. Sharma and you can say Spectrum will not help you. You have to understand the subjects. That is the difference. How can you see your marks? You can't see your marks. It will not show anything. If your name is not there, you've not cleared. You will only get to know your marks when this cycle is over. So Nitish, I hope I have answered your questions. You cannot see your marks for this examination. This should be very clear in your mind. You can't see your marks. For a student who has even cleared prelims, they can't see their marks. Marks are only revealed after the whole cycle is over. This should be very clear in your mind. Now, for any student who wants to start their preparation, who wants to, in a way, begin, or rather, I would say, they want to now reorient. There is an opportunity for you, and that opportunity is that from tonight itself, 16,999 plus double validity offer with CSE Assure is now live for 99 hours, and you have to use the code IS English. This is very, very important for you. You have to use the code IS English to unlock all of these prices, be it 6 plus 6, buy for 6, 6, 9, 9, 12, 12, 18, 18. You can be anybody, a repeater, a beginner, whatever it may be. The idea is very simple. This is the right time. You have close to 100 hours to maybe reorient and reattempt this examination in the correct context. Right. See, I am telling you the OBC cutoff is going to be adjusted by close to 10 marks maybe when it comes to general. If general is 82, it would be 75-ish, 74-ish. Sir, ab kya kare? I have completed all my syllabus. I did give prelims. Almost 50 questions were out of syllabus and absurd. Again, Rocky, what you are saying is that the questions were out of syllabus. That is not true. Yes, out of 20 questions of history, 5 were absurd. Let's move them out. 15 were manageable. Out of that 15 which were out of the syllabus, 10 were manageable. You can do it from the coursework in history, my book itself. But the point is that if your assessment, see, that is good, Devansh, that was the whole point. 8 to 9 correct out of history, get your marks in lead. See, if there are two types of assessments which you can come up with. The first type of assessment is that you find this paper out of syllabus, absurd, very difficult. The second is that you believe that the paper was difficult, I did mistakes, and there are certain things which I can change. Now understand one thing, if you are the first student, then there's a problem. If you find this paper to be extremely absurd, that I don't know where this question came out of, this is out of syllabus question, then it's a problem. If you find this paper difficult and you believe and you think that, okay, I can do better, then you have to start your preparation from tomorrow itself. Take a day off, you all deserve it. Take a day off, take 2 days off needed, cool off, but from 17th onwards, start your preparation with new vigor, new understanding, and the idea, result aa gaya. The idea is very simple, that now my orientation has to change. My orientation has to change. And you have to understand that the orientation has to go into a certain way where I find this paper difficult but not absurd. Maybe for that you need some form of guidance which you previously did not have. But the idea is very simple, that you should not be finding this paper absurd. It should not be absurd. It should be difficult. This is the difference, right? Sir, my marks is 80, not cleared, what to do? See, a person who is on the cusp, you just need to reorient and start your preparation afresh. Need to understand how to manage, you can say, pressure in the examination. You have to understand how to manage the questions in the examination, what to do when the paper is so difficult. the simple point is what to do now if you are in the 70s and 80s. Take 2 days off, start your preparation with the same amount of vigor, and at the same point of time, just now see if the sources which are available to you are good enough or not. Are the people who are available to you are good enough or not? And is there somebody who is there to support you in this preparation or not? And now you should know UPSC has shown its hand. This was one ace which the UPSC had kept in its hand at this point of time. Now they've shown their game, which is that we can go from this spectrum to that spectrum. We will prepare accordingly for that. That is the whole point. Sir, studying for 8 to 10 hours every day felt like a waste. What is the advice if one is starting preparation again? See, nice boat. I know that it feels sometimes. See, UPSC has this thing. It leads to disillusionment. It's something which breaks you from within. See, it's not about studying 8 to 9 hours. It's about now what you do with these 8 to 9 hours. Which is because, see, you may be sitting with a book for 8 to 9 hours, but the questions are now above and beyond that. So, I would say that we don't have to overcorrect too much. Let's not chase the paper as a group. Let's not do that. It will not be a good strategy for us. But what I believe is that let's do one thing. Let's just analyze our preparation, analyze our strategy. First, plug in the gaps where we actually lost out. See, at least 45 questions were there which could be solved through basic understanding also. 8 questions out of history, 5 questions out of economy, 10 questions out of geography, maybe like that. If you are, see, there is in the examination, there was a gradation of questions. There were easy, moderate, difficult, and very, very difficult. Maybe the percentage of this was very high. If you were not able to solve easy questions, if you were not able to solve moderate questions, this is where you have to start your preparation. I am giving you a task for today, which is for the students, you have to understand one thing. If your problem was difficult and very difficult, then you are not the problem, then the source is the problem. If you were not able to solve the easy and moderate question, then your strategy was problematic, which means there's a need to now change the orientation. The idea that the easy and moderate questions, for example, who is not a Sangam ruler, the common property question, the Montagu-Chelmsford question, the questions which were basically based out of very well-known facts. These questions, if you are not able to solve, then there's a problem. So I would say you have to assess, you have to understand where you are in this, right? Now, UPSC does not do that, but yeah, sure. How to check marks? You cannot check your marks because that is not how UPSC operates. Okay, I think if there are any questions, I would be happy to take them. Your marks will be revealed only next year. Only next year. Okay, so before we end, remember, if you're a student who is seeking some form of guidance, if you know that what you need to do, if you want to reorient, you have an opportunity in the form of the 16,999 plus double validity offer. You have to use the code IS English to unlock all of these prices and also all of these double validity. So thank you. I wish everybody who has cleared this examination, congratulations. And if you haven't, please don't worry. If this is your last attempt, being human, don't have to give up on yourself. You have to just now make sure that you're able to solve all the spectrum of questions from easy to very difficult. Don't chase the paper. That is the most, cutoff is 82 plus. See, don't chase the paper. Very important point. Maybe next year is not like this. If next year is like this, we are making you can say bulletproof. We are preparing you for that. But make sure that if the paper is easy next year, you get your name in this list. It should not be that you are chasing the paper, started to chase something totally absurd, and now you are in a zone where you don't know what to do itself. First, let's get our basics correct. Let's get everything perfectly fine, and then we'll chase the paper. 2025 till 2025, your preparation should be 100%. We will chase 2026 when we've reached 2025 level. Let's not complicate this. Let's wait for UPSC to establish this whole concept itself. Yes, the paper was difficult. Yes, the UPSC gave an absurd paper, but still students cleared it. We need our name in this list, and that we will be able to do only if we understand where we went wrong. Right? So, thank you. Take care. All the best. And we are here for you. If you need any form of guidance, if you have any burning question, just put it into the comment section. We'll be happy to answer you. Thank you. Take care. Good night. If you have not cleared this examination, it is not the end of the day. It is not the end of the world. It is not that your journey has ended. It is a new beginning. Take 2 days off, get your mind clear, forget about the past, and move on and start the preparation afresh with the right sources, with the right people, and with the right strategy. Thank you. Take care. All the best.